Why a third cup of butter? That's so confusing. Hello, I'm Kate, and I'm gonna make butterscotch brownies. I feel like Anna Olsen from the cooking show, the baking show, on the cooking channel, the Food Network. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. I feel like Anna Olsen though. I want to have her like really weird energy. That's what I'm trying to channel. I know what I'm doing. I don't make these super often because I prefer chocolate brownies, but everyone else in my family likes butterscotch brownies, so they just have to deal with it. But today I decided to be nice and make butterscotch brownies. Also, like, I have made an ungodly amount of chocolate brownies since I've been back home, so I feel like time to switch it up. Okay, let's go. Could I have set some of this stuff up before? Yes. Did I? No. Whoop. The first step to anything is washing your hands, which I have already done. Oh my goodness. Stay safe, but also like don't use dirty hands when you're cooking. And I also can't do anything with my hair down because, you know, I don't know, I just can't. And I gave myself like shitty curtain bangs a few nights ago at like 3 in the morning, which I really love, and they're super cute, but they make ponytails super inconvenient. So if you're considering, just know. Oh, and I wear an apron because I like to feel like a real chef, and also I'm really clumsy and I spill stuff. Oh, I should turn the oven on. Yeah, I also forget to do that a lot because I'm a professional. And I'm pretty sure you're actually not supposed to let stuff sit. Like once it's like all mixed, you're supposed to put it in the oven right away because like chemistry. So preheat your ovens, you know? Ow, frick. I don't think you can see my hands because I'm an expert in framing. And yeah, I don't think you can see my hands. I'm not gonna move the camera so you can see the stove because I am a lazy, and I'll just come back over here once I'm done melting the butter. Why a third cup of butter? That's so confusing. I have to figure out how much a third is. Okay. If this is a cup, then this is like a third. This is the other third. Also, I feel like everything is good with a little bit of extra butter, especially because I live in like the driest place on the planet. But I just feel like you can never go wrong with extra butter, but you can go wrong with not enough butter. That's just like a general life rule. Usually, when I bake, I listen to music because it's like my thing, because I have all the hobbies of a 1950s housewife. I still will when I'm just waiting for it to finish cooking, because that is my least favorite part. You like do all this work and it's fine. I'm fine with the work. I like to mix stuff by hand, and then you just have to wait. That's some bullshit. I'm not a fan of that part. So usually I just like dance around, eat the leftover batter, and then do the dishes for like the 20 or whatever minutes. So yeah. OMG, follow me on Spotify. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness, Anna Olsen is quaking. Is that even her name? I don't know. I would Google it, but I'm recording this on my phone because once again, I'm a professional. Okay. I'm back with the melted butter, and I'm gonna add the brown sugar. Does anyone actually like bake along to baking videos? Because I've never done that. Even like, I remember being a little kid and watching baking shows because like, fuck yeah. And I was like, this just seems like difficult to bake along to, because they're just like zooming right through it. And it's like, if you don't have the recipe in front of you, how are you supposed to follow along? Like, do you have to pause? What about before DVR? I know that was a long time ago and never really a problem for me because, you know, I was born in 99. I've always had a DVR. But like, what did they do in the past? I'm sure that they had baking shows in the 50s. Did you just have to follow along? Were you like frantically taking notes while it was happening? I don't understand. Maybe I didn't add enough butter. I have no clue what I'm doing. I basically only make chocolate brownies because I love them so much, and it's like a one pot recipe, so it's super easy to clean up after, and also they're just like so delicious. I made a strawberry shortcake the other day and it turned out well. I feel like baking is easy if you just follow the recipe. Like, I don't know how you can be bad at baking. I'm sure it's a thing that people are. Like, I'm bad at a lot of stuff, no shame. I just don't get it. That does sound a little bit like shame. Okay, sorry, I'm shaming you. How are you bad at baking? You just follow the recipe. Catch this, like, not work out, even though I made it before. That'd be so embarrassing. This recipe actually is technically butterscotch pecan bars, but like, I'm just not gonna put pecans in it because why wouldn't a good thing? I feel like baking nuts are not as good as like regular nuts, and that's why they're in baking. Like, are people just out here chowing down on pecans or like macadamia nuts? I feel like no, they're just in stuff. Like cashews, you just eat them. Peanuts? Yeah, dude. But pecans? No. I am not very good at cracking eggs. You would think that I would be after like all my experience on this earth. But no. No show though. I can kind of do it one-handed. ASMR. Here's my life hack. Always beat your eggs before you add them to stuff, unless like the recipe tells you not to, because a lot of the time you want to avoid just incorporating extra air. That's what like over stirring does, and it's easy to over stir if the eggs aren't already broken up and mixed before you add them. So I am full of, you know, life hacks. Now it's the right consistency. We're on the right path. Everything's going fine. I'm just extra concerned because now there's this added pressure of like me reviewing this footage in the future and then potentially other people seeing it. Spooky. Vanilla. I never measure vanilla because you know in your heart. Okay, probably there is such a thing as too much vanilla, but really you can just kind of eyeball it. This is easier than making the chocolate brownies. But the chocolate brownies are way better. Starting off with a strong one, a recipe that I don't even like as much as my other favorite recipe. This is still pandemic flour. When they didn't have enough like yellow packages and then they had to make them all in brown because everybody was making bread. And we bought this huge thing of flour. And I feel like we're like halfway through it, which is pretty impressive, but still got a long way to go. We did not make bread. No one in my family made bread. My brother worked at a bakery, so we already had like ungodly amounts of bread. We did not need somebody trying to learn how to make sourdough. That's a cool skill though, and I kind of want to learn how to make bread, especially because he doesn't work at the bakery anymore. However, I'm a little bit lazy, and I would rather make things that are like desserts. I love sifting. I think that it is fantastic. I have no clue how much it actually changes the texture of anything you're making. However, the like experience alone. Okay, I also don't usually measure baking powder because in my mind I can just guesstimate that that is around a teaspoon. I don't know how true that is, but everything's worked out for me so far with this method, so I don't feel like changing anything. Also, I really hate washing the teaspoon measuring things, so that's the big reason. Salt. I didn't sift it. I'm really a clean as you go kind of person, which I feel like is easier. I feel like probably it'd be also easier if I like got all the ingredients at the beginning, but I don't do that. I just get them when I need them. It's coming together very nicely. This recipe is super easy. Again, catch it not work out. That'd be so awful. So nice that you only get one pot dirty. I will do anything to avoid doing dishes. It's kind of a problem. I make tea like a demon because I don't want to use a spoon to stir it, so I just add a little bit of hot water first to make the sugar dissolve, and then I like shake my mug around, and then I add milk, and then I add more water. And I feel like that's sacrilege, but I don't have to use a spoon. It's just economical of me. I like to make brownies in a circular pan. Yeah, I like the circle pan. I don't know why. I like to eat, I guess, like a lot of brownie at once. Also, I just like these pans. They work really well. It's fun to have circle things. I don't know. I butter the pans like a gremlin. You just get a little bit of butter and you stick it in, and then I use my hand to spread it, which I feel like is like a little super gross, but also just way easier than anything else because, like, I don't know, this works really well. You just spread butter everywhere, and it's a little gross because you're just touching butter, but like, it's so effective. And then you can just wash your hands again, so it's fine. It's like nothing ever even happened. I guess I should be showing you the steps, but again, I don't watch the baking videos for the baking. I watch them because they're like comforting background noise. So hello and welcome to your new and improved comforting background noise. So I don't feel that bad about not showing you everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. I hate it when they'll bake something and then they're like, I'm not gonna tell you how it turned out. You have to come back next time for that. Or like, see you on Instagram. And I'm like, I understand that you're like trying to, you know, diversify your platform, bring people to your other places, and like keep people coming back. But like, show us, come on. Show us how it worked out. It's like when you're a kid and you're watching a TV show and then there's a to be continued and you're like, I'm like 8. I don't know when TV comes on. I'm only allowed to watch for like half an hour a day. I'm not gonna see the next part of this ever, and it's just gonna haunt me. This is why I work out, so that I can hold pots while I'm taking all this stuff out of the inside. I wanna get swole. I wanna be thicker than the Rock. Maybe not, but I would like to be able to carry stuff without being like, oh my god. That would be neat. Also, I'm planning to live to 100, so I need to work out. Or maybe 111. I can be the same age as Billo Baggins. 11-1. Okay, I don't want to tilt it because then it's gonna move. But it looks good, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. They need to be cooked for, I think, like, I usually put them on for 15 minutes. Okay, it's only like 12 minutes later, but it's out of the oven, and I'm going to test it. Aha! It's done. Oh, I'm just so cute. I'll cut it up now because I want to eat it. Sorry, it takes me a lot of mental energy to do fractions. I'm not good at cutting things into like even slices. I guess these are effectively just blondies. I'm making blondies. Is a blondie different than a butterscotch brownie though? I don't know. Am I allowed to use metal in this pan? Do we know? Like, I just feel like these are improved by the fact that they're in a circular pan. Am I just trying to validate my use of a circular pan? Maybe. But it's so fun. You get like little slices of brownie. This is what it looks like. A success story. As long as it tastes good. Okay. I also don't necessarily recommend tasting everything straight out of the oven because it's hot. However, I'm doing it anyways. Also, this way, everyone gets a corner piece. Corner pieces are the best parts of like brownies. Probably cake too, but I actually don't like most cake that much. I sound like the worst baker. I don't like store cakes is more accurate, I suppose. But yeah, the corner pieces are better on those too. These are crumbly. Is this done all the way? It's out of the oven, so it better be. It looks good. Delicious. Everyone else will love it much more than my chocolate brownies, which is kind of hurtful, but I guess I'll move on. Also, it's still pretty good. I'm basically Anna Olsen, except my name is actually Kate. I feel like I need to establish that. I feel like if I said her name more than my own. My name is Kate. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, support me. I'm gonna have the recipe in the description if you feel like making these for yourself. I don't know, I'm Kate. Thank you for watching this. If you did, that's really cool and kind of insane. Yeah, I made butterscotch brownies. My name is Kate. This is my first YouTube video. I have no idea what I'm planning to do, but I'll talk about that in my next one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a better tomorrow. Bye! Ambient kitchen noises. This is like ASMR, except that I'm using my AirPods. I'll put the recipe in the description, but I can't link it because it's like a piece of paper. Okay! Yeah! Trolls World Tour!